Well, hey everybody, I'm John Retlin. This is my review, New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 29 Night 18 event. People are not happy about the B block winner. If you know who won it, then you're going to get my thoughts here in a bit, but boy, people are upset. Now, I understand the story they were telling, and I'll get into that here in a little bit when I cover the main event, but with it, I'm going to reserve my anger until the finals because I want to see if this is all going to play out like it should, and if the babyface will overcome, or if they're going to go with a heel and we're going to get a main event at Wrestle Kingdom that I don't think is a Wrestle Kingdom worthy main event match, at least not yet because we've already seen it. But I'm going to get into that here in a bit. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in to the reviews. I really do appreciate it, and I will be watching the G1 29 finals live. Do not worry, I will be watching that, even though I'm going to be super goddamn tired. We're almost done. My God, these wrestlers have torn up their bodies, even on the undercard matches, but especially in these block matches. It's been terrific. I will also have a countdown up of my favorite G1 matches, G1 29 matches, probably up sometime, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. So thank you guys once again, but let's dive right on into it. Undercard matches are going to be pretty quick for the review. Kevin Kelly, Rocky Romero, Chris Charlton on commentary. Since it's the B block finals, no more A block. Kota Ibushi won the A block. So we get Ren Narita, Shota Umino versus Yuya Uemura and Yota Tsuji. Young Lion match. It's pretty much the same thing that we saw, before. I do like Yuya's new hairstyle. It's a little more badass, I think. I mean, I love the hair that he had before. I thought it actually fit him perfectly. This guy's going to be a pretty good star. And now with that new haircut, you know what? I think he actually could be a pretty effective heel with more train, everything, going on excursion, all that stuff. So Yota and Shota start out. That sounds like some kind of weird buddy cop thing going on. They tangle for a bit. Then Yuya and Narita get in. And really, there was just typical exchanges and stuff like that. It was a very quick match. There was this cool spot. Ren Narita gets Yuya in the Boston Crab. Yuya, stays in, keeps trying to fight to the ropes, tries to fight to the ropes a couple times, but he can't. And then he ends up tapping out. And Shota and Yota brawl at ringside afterwards. This whole pairing with Shota and Moxley has really benefited Shota. And, I want to see Shota and Moxley in World Tag League. I want to see it. I know that Moxley's going to be part of the weekly TV that AEW is doing, but God damn it, I want to see this happen. Make it happen, God damn it. But anyway, okay, it was a fun match. It was a fun match with the Young Lions. We then get Bushi, Sonata, and Evil versus Bad Luck Fale, Yujiro Takahashi, and Chase Owens. And it was fine. It was okay. At LIJ versus the Bullet Club, the exchanges were decent. It does go outside very quickly, very, very quickly. It was a double Paradise Lock to Yujiro and Chase. Evil gets in there a little bit. Fale, take Fale out of the G1 next year and beyond. Sorry. His best match was against Lance Archer, and Lance Archer essentially had to carry the load of that match. I'm not saying Fale's bad. Leave him in tag teams, leave him in six-mans, leave him in multi-man matches where he can hit his moves, but don't have him in the G1 after this year, please. Bushi and Yujiro are in. They tangle a bit, and then Pip Juice, DDT, pins Bushi for the 1-2-3. And then we get Toa Hanare, Hanma, and Ibushi versus Kenta, Clark Connors, and Carl Fredericks. It's nice to see the LA Dojo guys get some really, really good, shine here. Kenta, I think it's a nice little, six-man pairing that they've been having. It's really cool to Kenta working with the LA Dojo guys. Well, I mean, at least on this tour. We get Hanare and I believe Connors in there. I know that Connors and Fredericks don't look the same. Fredericks a little more tan and has a tattoo, but sometimes if I'm not used to some of these, young lions, some of them can blend together, so I do apologize if I got that wrong. That was pretty cool. Hanma, of course, got beat up. He did hit a diving Kokeshi at one point, the flying headbutt. And then, not like he threw his head. It's not like Decap Attack for the Sega Genesis or the Mega Drive if you were watching this in another country other than the U.S., but we get Kenta and Kota in there, which also sounds like another buddy cop drama or comedy. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens depending on the finals, because if Ibushi wins, then he could tangle with Kenta later on because Kenta beat him on the opening night in Dallas. Hanare gets in. He tangles with Fredericks. And the Toa bottom, which kind of sounds a little wrong, actually. I mean, there's nothing against Hanare. I mean, I love Hanare. It's just the way they word it. But then again, it's just a rock bottom. He just hits it. And he hits it with pretty goddamn good force. So he pins Fredericks to the 1-2-3. And I'm happy to see Hanare get some victories on this tour. One, I want to see him in World Tag League as well. I don't know who you would team him with. You know what? Hanare and Jeff Cobb. Do it. Hanare and Jeff Cobb. I would like to see that. And then give Hanare something good to do. Give him a win in the New Japan Cup if they do something big, with it next, like a big field like they did next year or like this year. Do it next year. Give him a win, at least one. Put him in the G1. Please put him in the G1. He doesn't even have to win more than a few matches, but for God's sakes, give younger people a chance. And then we get Okada, Tanahashi, Will Ospreay, and Yoshihashi versus Suzuki-gun members Minoru Suzuki, Lance Archer, Zack Sabre Jr., and Kanemaru. Young Lions got destroyed at ringside. Of course they did. Suzuki's there. So is Archer. So yeah, of course the jump before the bell goes outside. Yoshihashi gets beat up for a bit. Even tries chopping Minoru Suzuki. Why do you welcome death, Yoshihashi? Was braining yourself on those stairs not enough? Archer gets cheered quite a bit. Archer got cheered a lot in this match. He's starting to win people over again. I think people were cheering him anyway because it's like, he's a big guy that can actually move really goddamn well and has been doing this for about 20 fucking years. Everybody gets in at one point, just, let's hit this, and Zack Sabre Jr. and Tanahashi are the legal people. Tanahashi ends up rolling Zack Sabre Jr. up out of an armbar 1, 2, 3. And with Royal Quest coming up, I think they're implying that Tanahashi is going to face Zack Sabre Jr. for the British Heavyweight Championship again. Now, I notice that Royal Quest is not featured or not listed on their live schedule. I hope that changes because otherwise, I don't think I'm going to be reviewing it. Like, my plan was to review it because I thought it was going to be on their server, on their service. If it's not going to be, then I'll probably just watch NXT TakeOver UK TakeOver Cardiff. But the whole point is, I hope Royal Quest is there. They already released the Destruction Tour event, so that's pretty nice. But honestly, everybody deserves a long break, and if New Japan wants to take a break from broadcasting stuff on their service, that's totally fine. But again, secretly hoping that they do put Royal Quest on there. Now we get to Yano versus Jeff Cobb. Final block match, obviously, for these guys. Yano had like about 18,000 rolls of tape in his tights, and if I'm right, I think it was Chris Charlton that said, because there was a bulge in like Yano's tights. Like, I mean, it was up on his waist, but it says, "Oh, Yano's very excited to see Jeff Cobb." I love Chris Charlton on commentary. At one point, Yano wants Cobb checked, for his, for anything. And then he somehow manages to get Cobb's, tights, like, stuffed around his singlet and his hands stuffed in there. Almost pins him. And then Cobb gets free. And then things really start to go down. There's some more comedy as expected. Nice belly-to-belly by Yano, because Yano's actually a pretty good wrestler. Referee, with some bumps and everything. Well, I mean, not ref bumps, but ref comedy. But in the end, Tour of the Islands, 1, 2, 3. Both men finish at 8 points. Cobb had some good matches. They weren't long like I would have expected. Cobb, I think, can work a pretty long match. I'm not saying I want to work 30 minutes every single match. But it just seemed like some of them were cut short. Like that Moxley-Cobb match. I was disappointed by that. It is a long, grueling tournament. I get it. But none of Cobb's matches, I think, went beyond 13 minutes. Now, I've seen this guy work a long match. I went to an indie show that I saw him work at, and he probably worked a 15 to 20 minute match and really didn't get tired. But anyway, it was a comedy match. And then we get Tomohiro Ishii versus Taichi, Miho there at ringside, and I believe Kanemaru was also there. It's a rematch of Dominion where Ishii took the Never Openweight Championship from Taichi. Give us this goddamn Taichi and I will cheer him. Fucking hell, don't do any of this, dirty tactic stuff. I mean, it's not that heels shouldn't cheat to win. It's not that. It's just if you repeat the stuff, if you beat us over the head with all this stuff, then fucking Christ, it's just going to be the same damn thing. Taichi was super focused. He almost got the victory right off the bat. And from there, it was just up and up and up. It was great shit. This was good shit. It honestly was. It was, and it's not like Ishii got squashed. He had a nice stalling superplex, got some good near falls. There was a big old axe bomb or clothesline from Taichi. Last ride for 2. Taichi really showed up here. It was the most motivated I saw Taichi. He was motivated enough at Dominion, kind of, but that match fell a little flat to me. It was good, but it fell a little flat. The New Japan Cup match, Little more fire to that. Give us more of this Tai Chi. Please give us more of this Tai Chi. Like, seriously. I really would like to actually see that, because sometimes you can get away from all the antics and all the heel stuff where, yes, okay, he could cheat to win here and there, but if he actually looks like he gives a shit, by God, this could be, this was a good match. This was a match, it was much better than I expected it to be. I expected it to be more like the Dominion match. There was a cool exchange where they're all trying to hit some moves and everything, and it ends with a headbutt. Back suplex times 2. Boy, Tai Chi showing us some serious strength. Ishii looked like he might, get some kind of victory, but nope. The crowd was really cheering Tai Chi. It's a super kick. Black Mephisto, 1, 2, 3. And also, Tai Chi gets victory, so both end up at 8 points. And this way, Tai Chi actually gets another shot at the Never Openweight Championship. Probably on the Destruction Tour. I'll update you guys. Probably, I'll take a look at the dates and maybe update you guys, with the G1 finals, at the end of that review, tell you what I'm probably going to be doing, for those reviews. But anyway, it was a good match. I enjoyed this, and a motivated Tai Chi is one that every fan can buy into, or at least the vast majority of fans can buy into. And then we get Juice versus Jon Moxley with Shota Umino, and Shota had the jacket that Mox had on, I believe, during during that video that he released and that kind of stuff, the Time's Up thing, which was cool. Again, put these guys in World Tag League. Please give me Shota and Jon Moxley in World Tag League, God damn it. So, Mox focused on the knee after some, exchanges in the very beginning. It's a nice figure 4 leg lock. There was a nice cloverleaf spot. Of course, Juice at one point, we get to a little bit of biting. Yes, 2 men biting each other in a match where they're all sweating all over each other. Wrestling is weird. But Juice bit the earring off of Moxley. That was good shit. That was good stuff. Of course, I believe it was Kevin Kelly. I don't know if it was Kevin Kelly. It was somebody. I think it's one of the commentators said Moxley tried to stiffen up, and Renee just got all happy hearing that. I'm sorry. It was a cheap joke, but I couldn't help it. Table spot, but because Red Shoes, said, no, Juice, don't use that. Just because Moxley brought it up, Juice puts it back under there and it's like, okay, yeah, I won't use it. We had a nice figure 4 on the ring post tease. That doesn't happen though. Juice hits a punch. They do the boo yay thing, but Juice hits a punch. Juice. Mox hits a punch. Mox. And it's just the crowd going back and forth. And Budokan was really goddamn hot. That crowd was really hot listening or, dealing with this. This was good stuff. But Juice, Mox. A goddamn bunch of freaking smart ass fans. But nah, it was great. They were really into it. And as expected, I actually kind of called what would happen here. And I believe somebody else did as well in the comments with Jen. I believe you did as well. And a few others, Kane Gaming and others. But ankle lock by Mox. Of course, Mox decided to choke out Juice. But no, he couldn't get it. Well, I almost looked like I was dabbing there. I never dab. I never do anything uncool besides make an idiot out of myself on YouTube. But he chokes him out, and then Mox thinks he won. Well, no, he didn't. And he goes for the Regal knee, hits the X-Plex. That doesn't work. And then he just gets pissed because Juice won't stay down, so he just throws chairs in the ring, throws a bucket, throws a guy's camera. But he starts biting the eyebrow again of Juice. A table's in the ring. Looks like the table's going to get used. Nope. 2 left hands of God. Pulp friction. 1, 2, 3. It's not like that it all happened in one fell swoop. But Juice finally beat Moxley. So Mox had to win here. If Mox won, then the only way that he would lose, he would have to have won, had Goto lose, and had Jay White lose. So Mox lost, so he's out of the G1. He's out of block contention. So Mox ended up with 10, and Juice ended up with 8. And I like the storytelling. I actually liked a whole lot of this stuff. I thought it was good, and we're probably Destruction Show or King of Pro Wrestling, possibly Juice versus Mox, which I'd be totally fine with. U.S. title, Mox or Juice will get it back. You could worm somebody else in there that also beat Mox, and you could find a way to make it a 3-way match. But I think it would be a nice trilogy. Mox won the first, Juice wins the second, Juice wins the third, And then maybe they could give Juice a long title reign where they actually go somewhere with it, and he has some good feuds and has a good feud at Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, this one's getting a little more analytical than I expected. So we get Goto versus Shingo. Let me just say this match is absolutely terrific. I'm going to save some time here. Watch this goddamn match. Great stuff. Had Goto won here, then all he would have needed to do is have Naito win, or no, have Jay White win. Because if Jay White won, or if they drew, then Goto would have gotten the victory. Because he would by virtue of a tiebreaker over Jay, and also the fact that if Jay and Naito went the distance and they went for speed, that was it. So that was all for Goto. Nope, Goto lost. Which I'm fine with. Shingo deserved this win. Goto had gotten himself in phenomenal shape and had done really goddamn well. Big ol' Noshigami for 2, a lot of heavy strikes. Clothesline strikes. Good grief, these guys were tearing each other up. Yushi-Goroshi, nope, that didn't work. Headbutt spot where they hit each other. Made in Japan for 2. Big old pumping bomber, reverse GTR. Some of the pumping bombers, there was just one where it just turned Goto inside out. It just did a freaking whole flip. It was amazing. And Last of the Dragons, 1, 2, 3. Shingo wins. Shingo with 8. And Goto with 10. Good. It was good. I enjoyed this match. Now I'm going to say this, Naito and Jay White, and I'm going to be very brief here with this, so watch it go like 20 minutes. No, I'm kidding. The crowd wanted Naito to win really, really badly. The instant the crowd was cheering Naito so much, I go, oh, Jay's going to win, isn't he? Jay's going to win. They've been pushing this whole narrative of Jay White being down 0-3 and not being and just in too far of a hole to come back and win the block. They weren't even talking about him winning the G1, just winning the block in general. Well, of course, he did it. Once they saw that Jay White was like, at 6 points where he was, he's coming back to do it. Stalling the mind games as you would expect. Who could out-heal the other? There were some heavy chops by Jay. Jay with some really, really good chops. Naito's neck hit the apron, as we know, the hardest part of the ring. Both men focused on each other's necks. There was a nice leg trap on the neck and arms by Naito. That was a pretty cool spot. And a complete shot, and then a German suplex spot soon after that. That was really, really brutal. That was by Jay White. Ref bump. Gato gets involved, but ends up getting kicked in the nuts or whatever. I'm going to say this much. They're going to need to move away from having Gato on camera soon. I know he's the booker. The Gato Okada thing, it had run its course, and then they kept it going. Jay doesn't really need Gato. He doesn't really need him. I understand he'll cheat and win and stuff like that, but this isn't going to last as long as I think they want it to last. Now, Gato enjoys being on camera. That's fine. I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over it, and not over it where like, oh, I want to see him get his comeuppance. Like, I'm just kind of over it. That's one of my issues with New Japan. Gato really isn't needed out there. Same with Jado. I'll have a couple unpopular wrestling opinion videos up about New Japan stuff at some point, just so you know. But Gato gets hit with a low blow. He gets taken out. A nice, glorious spot where Naito traps the arm, snap suplex, 1, 2, 3. No, it wasn't a 3, obviously, because Gloria never wins a goddamn match, or at least hasn't in the time I've been watching it. 2, snap Saito suplexes, Kiwi Crusher for 2. Short Destino for 2. Reverse the finishers. Blade Runner, Destino, no. Sleeper suplex. And then a Spike Bloody Sunday. And then Blade Runner pins Naito. No Gato gain involved. Nothing. Unless I just totally had, unless my brain just totally missed everything. 1, 2, 3. Jay White wins the B block. A lot of people weren't happy. I understand what they're telling with it. Jay White calls out Ibushi, says it's going to be one-on-one tomorrow. There's going to be no Gato. And then Gato proceeds to trap Ibushi's ankle when Ibushi tries to leave the ring. And then Ibushi's ankle gets laid out with a chair and beat up and all this kind of stuff. The way they're telling this with Jay White versus Okada is not a Wrestle Kingdom worthy main event. It's not. It worked well at G1 Supercard, and that's great. And Jay White will get his opportunities. But the way the crowd reacted to Ibushi versus Okada, I think that's the way you go with it. Because otherwise, what are you going to do with Jay? You're going to have Jay win it. You're going to have him defend it against a couple people that he lost to and stuff like that. I don't think Jay White winning the block is necessarily a good idea. And not because he's a heel. I couldn't care less about that. I just don't think he needs to be winning here. But who knows what's going to happen. The problem is after this beatdown, that's almost a lock that Ibushi's going to win, especially after he lost last year. He's signed a contract. Go with him. Ibushi is in great shape, phenomenal shape. He's just a year under me, under my age. Go with Ibushi. Have Ibushi face Okada. That's a match people are going to want to see at Wrestle Kingdom. It's not that Jay White isn't a great heel. He is. Go with Ibushi. Jay White will get his opportunities to win the G1 down the road. But anyway, so I am going to reserve my anger. Now, if Jay White wins, I might have a bit of a rant. Might. But we'll see what happens. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. Also, by the way, B. B+. B+. I gave the A block a B+. I'm going to give this a B+. And the reason is, well, I mean, I think it was B+. I'll just waffle between that, B and B+. So check the poll above my head. If I forget to put one, please leave in the comments. I've forgotten to put polls there, so please leave in the comments. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. As I just said, because I'm repeating myself, I'm very tired. I'm going to bed. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.